Welcome to the Crypto Layer HQ. We've had further continuation to the downside this week. This brings further confirmation that the top we had in October of 2025 was probably the top for this cycle. And if we look at previous cycles, so in 2021, we topped in November and then we bottomed in November, exactly 1 year later. Similarly, in 2018, we topped December 2017, and then we bottomed in December 2018. So again, exactly 1 year. So if we assume the same this bear market, that would take us to October 2026. So that would mean we would bottom around this time. And if we want to know potentially where could we bottom, so usually in bear market years, Bitcoin does reach the 200-week simple moving average. As we can see in the 2022 bear market, we eventually got to it, and we did spend quite a bit of time in the 200-week simple moving average. If you did buy at any point around this, you would have definitely been very happy with your entries. Even if you only bought when we first crossed below it, you'd have bought at 22,000. And sure, we did continue lower, but 22,000 in the grand scheme of things, after going all the way to 124K, was a great entry. In the 2018 bear market, we only just touched it. And of course, that would have been another amazing entry. Eventually, we did revisit it during the COVID crash, but assuming we didn't have the COVID crash, we might or might have not, reached the 200-week simple moving average again. But let's assume we will reach it as we usually do in bear market years. So if we have a look and assume the simple moving average will continue along its path, by October 2026, it's probably going to be in the 67K region. It's be around this area in October 2026. So let's say anywhere between 63 to potentially 70K. And this would be a pretty nice entry zone, as it would also correspond with this extended period of consolidation we had in 2024. If we have a look, consolidated between here and here for a big portion of 2024. And it was also around the area we topped in the 2021 bull market. So this would definitely be a very nice zone. How exactly we will get there is hard to know, but there'll definitely be rallies and dips along the way. So it could, we could end up rallying again, coming back down, up, down. It's impossible to know. I don't think anyone knows the exact path, but let's assume could be something along these lines. Let's change that color. Let's say something like that. And yeah, that would give us definitely a great entry, even if we go below it. But all around here in the 60s area could be a potential target zone and great place to re-enter if you do have cash or you're just looking for more exposure. Probably in 2027, 2028, 2029, we will be back in a bull market, hopefully, as we usually do end up going into a bull market after a 1 year bear market. We'll, of course, have to revisit these views as we get closer to October. I would say if we do get a more aggressive dip, potentially, let's say, in the next few weeks or months that take us to the low 60s, I would definitely consider that as still potentially a very good entry point, as we would already be at the 200-week simple moving average, even though it would be much before October. And of course, we could continue lower into October, but of course, nothing's guaranteed. So it would be good to hedge depending on your portfolio, how cash heavy and how much exposure you currently have to Bitcoin. But definitely all around the 200-week simple moving average, is a great entry if we get there anytime between now and October. Of course, I would personally prefer we get to it in October, as it would help just confirm that potentially we're not going to go significantly lower into October, as we don't usually do. So for example, if we did go this low by May time, I would have a bit some concerns that potentially by October time we could be significantly lower. So I definitely wouldn't be going all in if we went to the 200-week simple moving average much before October. But I would definitely be dollar cost averaging or having some sort of entry strategy where I enter at certain points, potentially 64K, 63K, 62K, and so on. You could have buy levels where you're ready to enter. And that's mostly what I wanted to focus on for this video. Mostly Bitcoin focused, as I think that's the only thing that matters to focus on in the bear market years, as altcoins and even Ethereum significantly underperform Bitcoin. If we look at ETH Bitcoin valuation, it continues to bleed, and good chance it will continue to bleed in 2026 as Bitcoin continues to also bleed. Once Bitcoin eventually finds its bottom, then you could potentially, depending where the ETH Bitcoin valuation is, start to, consider if there's something worth doing there. But for now, just let it do its thing and focus on Bitcoin and see where we end up by October 2026.